What's going on, guys? Extra rounds here. What I got is the second portion of this XS Systems lever rail ghost ring WS for the Marlin 336. WS I think means white stripe because the front sight is just a white stripe, but I could be wrong. Anyways, sorry I didn't do a installation video on this. If you want to see a really good installation video, go check this guy out. His name is Rampart Gear. That's the guy. Rampart is one word, space Gear. I think he's like the first one that shows up when you search something like this. So anyways, extremely easy to install. The only part that threw me off was that it did not come with red Loctite. I know that some of you are just like, well, you know, on firearms you use blue Loctite. Well, on installing sights, like all my other XS sights, my big dots and all that shit, it always came with red Loctite. Never came with blue Loctite, and that's just how it is. So when blue Loctite came with this, I was kind of weirded out. But easy enough. I watched his video, and it was just extremely easy to install this. Now, he also has some shooting in his videos, which I need to really start doing some shooting in my videos because I have a whole host of guns that I would like to show shooting, and just other stuff in general. I just would really like to get into doing videos, not for money, just for fun. This is just a hobby for me. I'm literally an extremely normal guy, and I mean, I'm just not in this for the money. Back to the video. Like I keep saying, extremely easy to install. Anybody can do it that has half a brain and knows how to use a screwdriver. Particularly a flathead, because like all these screws on here are flathead, besides the jack screw that's in the pillar block thing. That one's an Allen key, but the kit comes with Allen keys. Also, the kit comes with like all extra screws just in case, you know, you're a jackass and you lose a screw. But let's go ahead and start with the front sight. Right there. Pretty easy to take off my other front sight. In the front right there, that's coming into view, that is a filler screw because I only had one screw, which is the one right behind the front sight. Right here, I only had one screw in my front sight, not two like most Marlins. So it was kind of weird. I was kind of weirded out when I drifted the front sight on my other original front sight over, and there was nothing under it. So I don't know. I put the filler screw in. I threw some Loctite on that too. Got it down really tight. Put some Loctite there. And then also, just for kicks, I took some Loctite and just smeared it all over the bottom of this front sight and put it down really, really, really tight. Went ahead and got a Q-tip and wiped off all the excess from the sides. What hit the camera from the sides, and it worked out pretty well. Back to the rail. Here is where the pillar mount is and the jack screw. I went ahead and put a bunch of blue Loctite on there too and tightened that down really hard. It's probably not, you're probably not supposed to do that, but I did because I'd rather beat my rail and all my screws off than it just coming loose on recoil and vibration. Here are the other screws that are on the first two screw holes in the receiver. There are those. And then when you go back to the rear side, there's only one screw right here. I have terrible lighting. There's only one screw right there in front that actually screws into one of the other two holes. And then also, when it comes in the box, it's not a box, it's a tube. When it comes in the tube, on the rear side, the large aperture is installed. I switched out for the smaller aperture. It's just my personal opinion. That's all it is. When you go to zero this, which I was watching the Rampart guy, the front sight is fixed. No adjustment up front. But when you're done zeroing in, you want the very top of this front sight to be your 0 point. Okay? I know that's kind of old, elementary for some people, but some people don't know that. When you are adjusting, all your adjustments are from the rear sight. There's a little screw on each side right here, and for elevation you just unscrew one of them and you can lefty loosey to raise it up, or righty tighty to move it down. And then when you're talking about moving windage from left to right, it's kind of weird. To move it to the right, you unscrew the right screw, right? move the rear sight to the right and hold it. You kind of have to hold it, or you could just screw in the screw on the left, and it will keep it over to the right. So basically, it's this whole windage area is, how do you say, adjusted by these two screws, from one being loosened up and the other one tightened in to hold that tight. So I've just never seen that. Well, I haven't been in guns very long, but I haven't seen that, so I thought it was kind of cool. And I still got to go out and zero it, but the Washington weather has just been shit, so I don't know. Maybe this weekend, maybe next weekend, but I'm definitely going to do some more shooting in 2017 because I do not have that many shooting videos on my channel, which I would like to have a lot. I only have one, which it's crazy because the one that I have has the most views on my channel. And like I said, I'm not doing this for money. It's just a hobby. So that's all I got for you guys right now. I just wanted to show you that I got it on. It's great. Some people put a red dot on here, or like a low mount aim point or something. I might throw like a Redfield Revenge or Redfield Revolution on here, just a standard 3x9, but with a 50mm objective. It's going to make this gun really heavy. This gun already is like 9 pounds. It's 7 pounds naked, but I got this leather shell holder with all these rounds here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 rounds here, and then I got this leather sling, and then I got this braiding around here. I also got the hammer extension just in case you have a scope, which I don't have one, but I threw it on there because it came with the rifle. So it made this rifle a lot heavier than it is. And if I throw a 3x9x50 scope on here, it's gonna make it really heavy. So I might tame it down to a 40mm objective, but I just like really big objectives. So that's all I got for you guys right now. Sorry, it's just a tabletop thing. If you want, go check out Rampart's Gear. Or it's not Rampart's Gear, it's just Rampart Gear. He's really cool. And I'll see you later.